doesn't want to be there. She, like, the misunderstanding. She's already taken it. She's already triggered by it. The flowers are going to hurt, do nothing or whatever. And even the beer keg thing, it wasn't. I hit at like I didn't do it to hit her at her sobriety. I did it because the fucking picture was crazy, and I just wanted a crazy.
And like, I'm not trying to rehash or be awful or try to be ahead, but she's made fun of other people in recovery.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and I get that, and it upset her, and I am not trying to belittle that.
No,
But
neither was
the
I.
golden rule, right? The golden rule: treat people like you want to be treated.
And the way that this AI
It's a tit for tat,
works, like I couldn't go. I don't know how to go back and remove the images. All I know is how to put stuff over it to cover it up. That's all I could do, and I was trying my best. Obviously, she was hurt over it, and so yeah, I tried to get her out of it altogether. And again, the paranoia, and she took everything as a dig, and then, like I said. You know what? Me as a lizard on a flag for 4 or 5 days, and that was a hate life. And did I fucking do anything when she did that? I didn't do a fucking thing.
And Crystal, like again, I'm like I had an apology, I had a flip out with her, but she upset me so bad this week, I almost relapsed. And I mean, it's not all her fault. I had a dental procedure. I was in a lot of pain. I had a lot of triggers flying at the same time, and I'm not going to blame her for that. But she definitely called me an alcoholic. She told me to drink more. I almost lost my life from drinking. I've been sober for years, and it pushed me to the edge.
Yep.
And maybe I did play into that, but it was really hard. And I was upset on that live in that discussion because I acted out a character and I attacked back, but I was upset for days for it. And I could have easily went the block and got a drink.
The insults to me is that I'm in Quebec lying on my back, and she meant that in a derogatory way, that I'm in lying on my back for some guy in Quebec, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I've been in a relationship with this guy for almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years this summer. So, like, and then the lot lizard thing that came up. Yeah, no, I didn't know what the lot lizard thing was at first. But again, it was a 5-day hate.
And I also want to say that I've seen her attack Shani too about judging her about her stuff too, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's not what you do for each other. You root for each other to survive every day.
And then the audacity, again, Samantha takes the dig and says, well, Jenny's the reason that me and Shani had the problems that we had. I had I wasn't even there. I wasn't making comments on either or, like, you know what I mean? At that point, Samantha was getting along with us on this side, and I saw the little beef going, and I love Shani. Like, I've loved, like, you know what I mean? That girl she's the reason that I even started doing boxes and doing lives and stuff like that. I love Shani. And when this was going on, I didn't make a comment at all for either side. And I felt horrible for not standing up for Shani. But at the same time, I didn't want to go at Samantha for you know what I mean? Because obviously she was going through something. So no, don't fucking look up and tell me that I don't have any compassion whatsoever. Because I do.
Hi, Crystal. And I wasn't assuming that. I want you to know that every action has a reaction. And
yep, and that's what I'm saying.
She's expecting things out of people that she's not giving other people respect for.
The hate
and I get it, that you have reactions and you have feelings and things get messy. And I am not blaming her for how I reacted or what my emotions and my triggers happened to me this weekend. But I am not the only person she's probably pushed that way. And I think I am pretty grounded and respectful and not hurtful to most people.
Yep. Yeah.
Hi. First, I didn't mean that comment about you play into that towards you, JD. I meant it to Jenny because I've heard you play into the lot lizard
Well, I did after a
thing.
5-day hate live, yes, with my picture on a flag as a lizard. Yeah, I did play into it because again, I'm not, I'm not a hate. I'm a listen. I play into the humor of it. Like I said, I didn't know what the lot lizard thing was, and I changed my
Yeah.
name to it just to play along, and it was just funny to me.
Well, I didn't either until I heard you talking about it on a live one day, and then now I know. So I didn't mean that comment towards you, JD. I'm also in recovery, so I would never make a comment like that to somebody, especially when they were talking to me about a potential, like a situation like that. So,
Yeah, and I'm honest, right? Like it's not her fault. I was highly triggered at the time, and it was the wrong moment, but it almost made me relax.
But the
yeah,
sad
and
thing is, JD, like, I mean, yes, she came in and Samantha apologized to you. Well, she apologized for making you cry. She didn't apologize to beforehand, but um, that was on you to accept or not accept, nobody else.
yeah, I don't know anything about that situation. Yeah, so I'm glad that you didn't. I lost 10 years of recovery to going back out. I mean, I've got a year sobriety again, so don't do it. It's not fucking worth it. So that's why I wanted to hop up here and just say that.
Yeah, and I get it, right? Like I struggle every day to make sure that I don't end up in a coffin because that's what my addiction was leading me to. So, and I realize that it is nobody's responsibility but my own to keep myself sober, and I need to know my own triggers. It hurts when it comes from another person who is struggling with the same thing
Yeah.
Well,
because they know that if somebody said the same things to them, how much it would hurt them because they know how much they have fought to
Exactly.
get to
Exactly.
I
where
think
they are.
honestly, I think that's why we say it though. And I'm not excusing why. But I mean, like, okay, for instance, like, my first year in recovery, my first sponsor, of course, said to me, like, don't get into a relationship. And I was like, don't fucking tell me what to do. So I did. And, me and him, like when we would get into fights, I'd be like, you should fucking call your sponsor. And and he'd be like, you should fucking call your sponsor. And we would say like really hurtful things to each other with a little bit of program behind us. So if that makes sense, do you know what I mean? Like, I think,
Yeah, it definitely does because those are supposed to be tools to help, not weapons.
yeah, exactly. And like, because, we walk the walk or talk the talk, maybe not walking the walk at the time, like we're picking up the shitty tools. We're doing it to hurt each other. And there's a lot of fucking hurt going around on the app right now. And, like, it fucking worries me if I am going to be perfectly honest. Like what I saw tonight between all the lives, like with Bry guys and everything, it fucking worries me, man. Like it really fucking worries me that we have all fucking lost the plot. Like we have all fucking, like, what are we fucking doing? And like, do we need to, honestly, and like, people, I'm trying to fucking,
It's okay. Take your time. I stumble with words too.
Yeah, no, don't rush. It's okay.
like, I just don't want to see anybody get hurt again.
Yeah, and I think like, well, Jenny will tell you, I've talked several times about like we're just hurting each other now, and we feel like we're justified because we keep on getting digs and this and that and stuff. Like even tonight, like me talking about Samantha, like how I talked about it, I got an apology, and I'm okay with that. Like, and I'm not trying to be hurtful or going, this is a bad person. I'm actually trying to say, like, where do we sit there and go, okay, this is where my wrongs are, and where do we have our empathy for other people? Because I am a strong believer, even though I'm not religious, in the golden rule: treat people like you want to be treated. And I really try to do that. And I know that I have friends that not everybody sees or gets along with or might have hurt somebody, but that's not who they are to me. And I do not encourage them to hurt anybody. And if I hear things that I'm uncomfortable with or I think are hurtful, I leave. I do not add to the conversation because I think that's how we really change things. Is if all of us have that empathy and go, would I like that to happen to me?
No, but I
And
mean, okay, so
where
anyway,
we become adults is we stop it and we just go like, look at this. I'm becoming the monster they're saying I am. Period. Sorry, Jenny, go ahead.
yeah,
I'm an
no,
ass.
but I mean, like the whole thing with me. Okay, the reason why she got mad, I apologized. I said I'm sorry. I honestly had no intentions, and obviously she wasn't going to believe it. She fully thought that the intentions of the Muppet thing was based on the ankle bracelet thing, and I honestly, and I apologized, and I said what I had to say, and then she still continued a week and a half hate lives about me, and I never once expected an apology. I never asked for an apology, and again, I let her have at it. I let her say what she needed to say. I let her run my name down for 2 weeks straight and blame everything on me, and I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything, and because what I ignored it, and yeah, I made fun. I changed my name to Lot Lizard or whatever. That's about it. But because it didn't hurt me that she held this live for 2 weeks and that I could care less that my picture was on a flag as a lizard, it upped the ante for them. They're like, okay, well, we're just going to dig harder. So the point is, I did not go back at Samantha about that, and I left it alone for 2 weeks, but she didn't stop. So what is the solution?
I don't know. I
No.
really don't, but I also would like to think, Jenny, and I'm not trying to judge you on where you stand, but maybe she's not on the same foot as you, right? Like you don't care. Maybe she does care, right?
No, and
Like,
I get that, but I mean, also, I mean, come at me like you've been doing. I'm going to not care about how, like, how she feels. It's not my responsibility. If
sorry,
she,
Crystal, you wanted to speak. Go ahead. We're lippy over here.
I can't remember what I was gonna say now. Um, go ahead, Jenny.
no, and it's the same thing with Sammy Sourdog. I never said anything about Sammy Sourdog. I heard her talk about me alive. Someone said something about
Yeah.
Jenny might be trash, and Sammy Sourdog's, oh yeah, don't worry, she's trash. And I'm like, what the fuck? I've never had any interactions with Sammy, and that's kind of how the digs kind of started there. And I'm just like, okay.
And okay, hear me out. Like, I understand that. Oh fuck! I don't even know
And
how
that
to
was
go
me
with
here in
that.
Sammy
Because I mean,
Sourdog.
like,
say that about me. That's been a couple weeks ago. She said that about me, and then
Them.
so they them whatever. Again, sorry, I don't respect them, so I whatever. Um, that was a couple weeks ago, and since then, yep, they dropped my name over and over, and I didn't reply. I didn't say anything. I didn't. I'm just like, I don't
But
know why they're saying my name at all, and
you do though, Jenny. I mean,
not not 4 or 5 weeks ago. I wasn't saying shit. Yes, now I have been the last probably three. Well, since Samantha started the whole thing, and then flipped to the Sammy Sourdog side, and then obviously Sammy Sourdog had even more to say about me. So yeah, no, I definitely been listening since the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I have been retaliating, and I have been saying shit back because there was no reason for my my name to be in their mouths like it was. What, just to justify Samantha's feelings? I will say this. I know Tulips was talking about my disabilities one day or whatever, and Sammy Sourdog actually did say something positive. She's like, well, we're not going to grade somebody's disability. We, like, you know, if I say I have a disability, then it's not up to Amy to judge whether or not it's a disability or not a disability. Like, Amy was thinking that me missing a big toe is the disability, and then yeah, Sourdog definitely
yeah, I was in that live.
yeah, she put Amy in her place and
Yeah.
said, no, we're not going to do that. So yeah, I will say good job. Like, no.
So that's an interesting idea, right? What if we focused on the positives instead of the negatives? I don't know. Weird idea. Like again, I said, Peace Hippie from BC.
Yeah, I don't know. I think now there's so many people on one side, and then there's so many people on the other side right now. There's like the group is bigger, so there's digs flying back and forth.
Well, I mean, it would, you know, a great way to start would be to like take down that background, just for starters.
This one here, the cartoon picture.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because it has. I see where the image could be wrong, and it's insulting. Yeah, I get that. But on that note,
I mean,
what if a conversation actually happened? Like she takes this off and nobody yells, and you turn around and you actually get down to the first emotion, which is what actually happened and what actually upset you, right? Because anger is a secondary emotion. If you've done any therapy, they will tell you it's a reaction emotion. So even though you claim you have no feelings, if you had no feelings, you wouldn't react. So that's not true.
well, you have to understand too that they are a little more charged up after LB's story time for the past couple of days too,
Sammy
because
Sourdog.
they weren't willing participants in
No, Sammy
story.
Sourdog did what she did well before the story time. It's almost a week ago now that they did the whole doxing and attempting to do what they did live on their live with me. So this whole AI story thing, no, it's not. That's not an excuse to use as a what started it or what's keeping it going. We didn't do story tonight.
Oh, and Johnny Mac, nobody is saying that she doesn't have the freedom to do that, right? It was a suggestion on a first step to try to make peace. Jenny can say "fuck you," right? She is a grown
Yeah,
woman.
it's
She
just a
makes all her
suggestion,
own
Donnie
decisions.
Mac.
Yeah. It's nothing to be offensive. And Jenny knows, like, me and Jenny talk all the time on here, right? Like every morning we wake up and pretty much talk to each other. She knows that I'm never going to tell her what to do. Like, I might make suggestions. I might say, hey, bitch, I would not move this way, but
Yep.
I will also take a fuck you, this is my life. And I'll accept it.
Well, I don't say it that way. I either do or I don't, and then I'm just like, whatever.
But I would accept it if you told me, fuck you, this is my life. And I'd be like, okay. Like, fuck, I accept that.
Yep. No.
I am Gen X.
Like I started this live, like, again, it's I do my lives in the mornings, and you know, on the third week I do it later because of whatever. I don't even, anyway, and I don't run lives to be specifically about them. They like to say that it's done specifically to be about them, but it's not at all. And yes, it always, something comes up about the situations and about the things at hand that are going on. Yeah, it does come up, but it doesn't always stay around. But but yeah, I'm not holding these lives specifically for, not like Samantha did with me with the lizard thing. She did that for 4 days, 4 or 5 days. I don't do that. I didn't do that. Yes, I changed the background picture. That's not how my live started this evening. Not at all.
I mean,
Anyway, I have to go to bed. I'm sorry, Crystal, to cut you off again. You guys continue the conversation, and I hope to see you all tomorrow, and you have a wonderful evening. Keep safe.
have a good night, JD.
Yeah, I'm ending soon too. It's almost
Okay.
11 o'clock.
Well, yeah. Thanks for having me up, Jenny. I mean, if I can give you a piece of advice, I think the answers are right in front of your eyes. If you just look.
I'm not, but that's the thing. I'm not looking, like, again, I could care less what happens to me, but that's why I like the whole ODSP thing. I'm not worried about it. I don't care. I'm not worried about it because I know that it's not a fraud thing. So that's one. And two, I mean, obviously the information that they got that day in the chat was not accurate information. So yeah, but the attempt there and the principle of it, yeah, I don't care.
Can we agree though, like showing Samantha's building is kind of not very cool?
Okay, so Samantha did that on her own. Okay, Samantha came in and is the one that pointed it out.
That's like her. That's like me if I wanted to show my front. I could do that, right? Like that's me.
Okay, listen, the beef baron. Okay, the picture. I tagged it.
You showed her apartment building though.
No, I didn't know it was her apartment building. She's the one that came in my live and started throwing it. No,
Jenny, don't bullshit a bullshitter.
I'm not bullshitting. If you weren't there for the live,
I wasn't born. I wasn't born yesterday.
see, look at Pam. Pam in the chat was there. I showed the beef baron. I showed it mapped on Google as the beef baron. That's what I showed. Samantha comes running in saying that there's a building behind the beef baron and that's her building. That's where she lives. That's her building. Nobody fucking knew that. Everybody was laughing because it was the beef baron. She's the one that came in and gave out the information saying that that was her building. And then she goes and drops my boyfriend's name in her live. The fuck took me 2 minutes to locate that building behind the fucking beef baron. And yeah, I did repost it knowing that it was her building. But originally it was just
I'm talking about tonight.
Yeah, no, this all happened tonight.
Yeah, I was watching. I watched it all.
I showed the beef baron.
Okay, well.
And then she came in and she's the one that said that the building behind the beef baron in that picture is her building. No one pointed out that it was her building except her.
So when everyone dropped from your live because you showed the building.
After I did, yeah, because she dropped my boyfriend's name in her live. So yeah, I went and I found the building behind the beef baron on Google Maps Wasn't that hard to do after she pointed it out and did it to herself. And then, yeah, I posted a picture of the building. I didn't post the address, but I posted a picture of the building. And then she said it wasn't her building, so I don't know.
That's not okay.
It's not okay to drop my boyfriend's name in her chat or in her live. It's not okay that they dox me and attempt to
Like, what?
put my information out there. So yeah, I'm going to
I'm
react.
not saying what she did was okay either, but like fucking tit for tat bullshit. Like, come on. Like, how are like if we are
No, exactly. Right? Tit for tat. But I'm supposed to just, I'm the one that's supposed to be the bigger person and sit down
Like
and
him-
let her drop other people's names in her live that has nothing to do with this? Again, how many times have I said, you want to beef with me? Beef with me. Don't bring up other people. Don't blame other people for the shit that I do or whatever. There was no reason for them to bring up, even in Sammy Sour Dog's live when they were reporting me to ODSP. They're like, Jenni has been living with such and such person who works at this place and blah, 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 blah. Why?
well, if you are living in Quebec and are getting insurance from Ontario, that's against the law.
I know it's against the law, but I have a residence in Ontario. My residence is in Ottawa. My boyfriend lives in Quebec. I'm allowed to have a boyfriend and I'm allowed to be at his place.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I don't know your living situation. That's all I heard.
Yeah, no, exactly. And like, I mean, for weeks, Samantha's like, Jenni's in Quebec lying on her back. What are you trying to insinuate? That I'm just, what? Yeah, I am lying on my back with the same dude for 5
I
years.
hope you're getting some good dick.
Well, it's been 5 years with the same guy, so it can't be that bad. Damn.
Well, it's got to be good then.
Right? It's just, no, I mean, obviously, I have to keep an Ontario. It's not just the ODSP thing, it's my health, right? Like, I have to keep up with doctors and appointments and stuff like that. And it was just a whole lot easier to maintain.
And fair enough. And so, and okay, and I'm just going to come in with another